Hey, girlfriend. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to another episode of Healing into Femininity, the podcast and the YouTube. And it's me again, Joana Fatonji. I am a certified life coach. And this platform, this playground, as I like to call it, is for the creative, spiritual, ambitious woman of today who's looking forward to build her life the way she loves it. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about. So, just a little announcement for my YouTube people here. I had a YouTube channel before and I self sabotaged myself so greatly by deleting the whole YouTube channel. I think my YouTube channel was banned or canceled, or however you call it, maybe because I was using too many bad words. So I couldn't really do anything on the channel anymore, but I had so many videos stored there, like videos for everything. I don't want to go too much into detail, but I'm just coming on here honest and transparent. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about on this platform. It is about spirituality. It is about personal development. It is about emotional intelligence. It's about self-awareness, right? It's about self-awareness and how we sabotage ourselves on the path to our dream life, right? And yesterday I had a wonderful conversation with a friend, and he asked me, um, like, how can I say that I can help people to build their dream life in all aspects of life? And I can tell you exactly why I can make this very bold claim, because it is principles, and it's kind of the same mindset. It takes the same awareness, and it takes the same action taking, the same, or like the same process of behavioral change in order to reach your health goal. It takes the same process of knowing what you want, deciding that you will have it, right? Becoming the person that has it and taking action towards a relationship, for example. And the same thing goes with your business or with your creative expression, let's call it that. Again, the number one principle is always deciding what it is that you want. Not necessarily deciding. The first step is always defining and getting crystal clear on what it is that you want. And trust me, this is the first and sometimes even the hardest step. What is it that you want in your relationship? What is it that you want in your business? What kind of business, right? Is it online? Is it a hybrid? Do you sell services? Do you sell a product? We could talk about so many things. I just want to give you like a real life introduction. We're diving straight in. So it's the same process, and the same thing goes with also with money, right? It's always about the personal transformation, defining what it is that you want, deciding that you are going to get it, be it, have it, attract it, right? And then the personal transformation, the self-image transformation. Who are you? Like, who do you have to become in order to be that person, right? And then also other steps. Of course, everything inside of us will come up, like fear, doubt, worry, self-sabotage, right? Like all of these things. And we are going to talk about all of these topics on this platform. And of course, if you want to really dive deep into it and get personal support, this is what I do. I'm a certified life coach, and I have a proven, repeatable, reliable system of transformation that has helped thousands of people all around the globe reach their goals in all areas of life before. And this is called the Dream Builder. So if you really want to get serious about your goals, I can tell you, and I'm saying this from my heart, one thing that I also love is selling from the heart, right? So I'm not trying to sell it to you like a cheesy person trying to sell you something that you don't need. And I know that so many people on YouTube, or yeah, like, let's be real, we're on social media, right? So social media we are getting bombarded with all the things, with everything. But one thing that I really, really, really want to say from my heart is that you will not transform your life by watching free content. You can add to it, you can build on it, you can gather more information. And information, of course, is a good thing, but we live in a world right now of information overflow, and what you really want to do is you want to change yourself to have whatever it is that you want, right? So it's really about transformation. It's about change. It's about becoming a different version of yourself, a better version of yourself that can actually achieve those goals, right? So I'm just saying that from my heart. So I'm also going to give you like tips on how to, yeah, actually to be real. Let's just say that, because what I just did, of course, I pitched my program and I told you, hey, if you really want to change, buy the program, right? Invest in yourself. And I want to talk more and more about that too, because one of my goals here is to, like, I see you as my little sister, I see you as my aunt, I see you as my friend, I see you as my whoever, right? All of the women in my life, this is how I talk to them. And that's exactly how I want to show up here as well. And what I want to say is that I truly, truly, truly believe that each and every one of us has a unique gift to share with the world, whether it be a story, whether it be a skill set, whether it be a product, whether it be whatever it is that you offer. But the thing is, if you don't take the time and the energy and the money investment, most of the time, this is really the biggest change, to invest in yourself, to get the help and get the accountability, right? And I see, and this is the number one thing that differentiates the one from the other, right? So the ones that have a lot of knowledge, but they don't really do anything with it, and then the ones who actually just want something, like they're very ambitious and they go for what they want and they take action and they do the investment, those are the people that I see getting ahead, right? So I just want to say that as well, like no sugarcoating, everything here is going to be real. Good. So this is a little bit about me. We dove in right away. And now I want to tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing. So you get to know me a little bit better today. It's like our first speed date, right? So today I want to share with you like who I am, where I come from, and what made me um, go on this journey, right? On this journey of self-discovery, self-empowerment, emotional intelligence, emotional control, becoming a business person, and so on and so on. And of course, how I became a goddess. Hi. So my name is Joanna. As I said, I am the second child of my parents' union. So I have an older brother. He's 4 years older than me. I am the youngest daughter of both of my parents. And my mom is German. My dad is Ghanaian. So this is definitely one big part of my story. I'm mixed. It was a struggle, sometimes still is, because I always like to say I am the embodiment of duality, right? I am black and white, and I had the privilege and also the challenge of holding both parts of my culture at the same time, right? Because sometimes we want to reject one thing, we want to reject something else, but I couldn't. So I had to learn how to embrace all of it. And yeah, of course, become the best version of both of it, right? So this is a little bit really about my heritage, but also my story. I want to tell you that I haven't always had it easy. And one of the biggest challenges I had, and up until now, it's so challenging for me, is to form trusting long-term relationships, because one thing that I know is that my I had a childhood trauma, and the thing is that my parents, I was born in Germany, and my parents decided to move to Ghana when I was 3. So we thought we're all going to go to Ghana and then we're going to build a new life. So that's what we did. But then my parents came back to Germany. Like they left me and my brother with my grandparents and the rest of the family there. So I like my mom left me very early, and I had to become emotionally self-sufficient, whatever we want to call it, right? So this is one part of my story that has kind of broken deep, that created deep trust issues. So this is something that happened, and then of course my parents came back at one point, then we moved back to Germany. It's like the shorter version of the story. We moved back to Germany, then again having to integrate in a fully white society, right? Back then, I had to fully integrate in an all Black society, now completely different. And that's what I mean. I am duality, right? I experienced myself from both sides. With the Black people, I am the fair one, right? Sometimes people even call me the white one. And then with my German people, like they don't see me as German at all. So like that's also something, of course, then like here now you're Black. Okay, good. So that's something that really I'm going to tell you more and more about it. So this really shaped me and my identity and my quest for individuality and my quest for autonomy and my quest for being sovereign. Like that's who, like I am who I am. I'm not this, I'm not that. I am unique. That's me. And I believe personally this is my gift that I'm sharing also with other people, to fully embrace their individuality while of course being a part of the bigger picture, right? It's all about balance. I'm not for hyper individuality, but I know that especially on the journey of self-discovery and actually living your dream, doing what it is that you love, it is very, very important to know who you are without people pleasing tendencies and standing your own ground. And this can be, yeah, the most scary thing. It has definitely been for me again and again. So I believe that this is one of my masteries, that yeah, I know how it feels like to stand fully alone. Okay. So like even race wise. Then it continued. My parents divorced when I was 10, then struggle in school, puberty. I became a very, very masculine girl, like very tomboyish. I covered up, I was tough. I was building like my masculinity more than my femininity, and I was seeking um security. So I studied, like I was the first inside my family who studied international business. And then I realized that's not really what I want to do, because all through my life, I've also been a creative. I danced, I played theater, I later on acted and things like that. So it's also a duality inside of me, right? So it's the artistic side, but then again, it's also the business side. So this is also what I bring together in my coaching, and we will talk about it more and more. So a little bit to understand myself. Fast forward, after I finished my study, I started in corporate. I realized very quickly these people here, they're not the kind of people that I want to be around. No offense, but we don't mingle. So I asked myself, and this was the first time I got in touch with, like, it wasn't the first time getting in touch with personal development, but this is really when I heard the call. My uncle back in Ghana died, and I realized life is short. So let me change something now. I quit my job and I really prayed to God and decided, okay, I want to be doing something with my life. I want to find my purpose. And this is how my quest started. So I literally went out. I had no plan, not even a plan A. I just said, oh, let me like guide me, right? I'm going to find what it is that I am actually here to do, because I knew that I am so multifaceted and I could do so many things. I'm very, very multi-layered. And you will find out, right? So I did that. And then I like became a dance teacher. It was something like an African version of Zumba. Then I dabbled a little bit in the NGO field, but I quickly realized that's not for me. Like also the social entrepreneurship world, like all of these hubs and incubators to help social entrepreneurs to come up with their ideas. That was cool. I liked it. But for me personally, I wanted to dive into myself more. So I became a nutritionist. I knew I wanted to bring something positive. At that time, I also realized that my dad was very sick. So my dad became sicker and sicker, and I knew it doesn't have to be like that, right? I already knew that we don't have to be sick because most of the illnesses that we face today in the Western society and spreading all across the globe are so-called civilization diseases, right? They're made, man-made because of the food and the lifestyle and the stress that we are, yeah, ingesting. Mm, and and I learned that. I became a certified nutritionist, and I learned so much about food and anatomy and water, and also very much of it was a slow pathway into the alternative world for me. So I learned so many things like also breath and stress reduction techniques, and really realizing that actually stress is one of the biggest factors for disease, right? Because when we are in stress, in survival mode, we don't really think. We don't really think. We just act out of stress, out of fear, out of survival mode. And this is most of the time what gets us into trouble: physical trouble, relational trouble, and financial trouble most of the time. So I wanted to know more. I prayed, and then I said, okay, God, I'm ready for the next level. And literally, this is what happened. And I always say that when the student is ready, the teacher appeared. And then I saw this webinar and I found my mentor. And this is the first time that I personally invested. The first thing was like my education, but this is when I invested in personal coaching. So I invested in personal coaching. And then I thought, oh my God, this is what I have been looking for. This is what everybody needs. So I became a certified dream builder coach. I got back into education. I became a certified coach, went through the training, went to LA, and I got certified. And I thought, okay, let's go, let's do this. So this was in 2017. Now we're in 2024. What has happened all that while, right? A lot has happened. And I became a coach. I built up my online platform, and there were so many things happening. I just want to fast forward it so you get to know me a little bit. And I became a coach. I had the privilege of now coaching like over 100 people through the Dream Builder programs and really seeing amazing results, right? I always like to say that it always depends on how much you want to change and how much you want what is on the other side of the change, right? So I had the privilege of coaching a few people, and then of course also I helped my mom to build her dream. Like she opened up a vegan cafe, and this was so amazing for me to see. We kind of worked together in that field, and that was amazing. And later on, I became like last year, I became top 20 of Miss Germany, and also shared my message there, and so many other things. I've been speaking on stages, international, national stages, and I have, yeah, shared my knowledge on other platforms as well. And yeah, and then now I'm here. Like fast forward, of course, so many other things happened, but I just wanted to give you a little glimpse about myself so you really know who I am, and that you know that I have been through a few things, right? I've been through a few things. Just yesterday, one of my best friends, she told me that I most of the time seem like I don't have problems, and I don't want to come across like that. If you want to know more about me, if you want to see more about me, I have identified for myself that I love podcasting, and that I love YouTube, and I love long format content. I want to spend more time with you. I want to be here so you can experience me, right? And I want to connect with you, and I want to build this tribe. I want to build this community. because that's what I love. I love deep relationships. And at the same time, I'm very multifaceted. So check out my Instagram. It's called healing underscore into underscore femininity. And there you see a little bit more about me. This is very short format, just speaking into the camera, saying a few ideas and things like that. So that's what's going on over here. But here is really more for the long format, and I really want to talk to you like my friend, right? So one thing that I want to dive into, and I just want to tell you again and again that you can create the life you want. And what I realize is, yes, of course, and this is what I want to start with today. That's actually the topic of today. A little introduction, let's get into it. So today I want to talk to you about that. I believe that we are living in this world, and so many people are saying you can get whatever you want. You can get what you want, but I believe it takes some time to actually really realize what it is that you want. Right, because we don't want everything. And we definitely don't want necessarily what we see on social media. Because most of the time, and that's what I want to share with you today, most of the time, the number one thing that we want first and foremost is love, right? We all want to be healthy. We all want to be healthy. Let's be real. We all want to be healthy and we want to feel good inside our bodies and we want to feel beautiful. I'm talking to my ladies here. Let's be real. Okay? Let's all be real. Let's all be real. Okay? So we all want to look good. We want to feel good and we want to be beautiful. Yeah, we want to be radiant from the inside out, like feeling good, right? Feeling good in our hearts, feeling good in our bodies, and just be vital. Let me tell you, I am not always there, right? Especially like the older I get. I don't know if you know how old I am yet. I'm 34. I'm 34, and the older I get and the more in alignment I live with my cycle, the more I feel my cycle, right? So the more I feel tired and I have those thoughts in the middle of the night where not in the middle of the night necessarily, but during the day in darkness where I feel like, oh my God, I can't anymore. I am tired. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to, I don't want to do that. So I really don't want to pretend like it's always glory, fairy, airy, No, it's not. I am a very big advocate, and you will get to know me more and more of shadow work, of diving into the dark and actually allowing myself those dark thoughts and dark feelings to come up because they want to come up, they want to be seen. It's part of our human nature, and that's what we do. So, no, I'm not perfect. I don't want you to think that I'm perfect, and I will just share with you the thoughts, the tools, and my experience on how I became the woman that I am today, and of course, what I'm going to use moving on forward to become the woman that I want to be, right? Because I'm far from done, far from done. I feel like I've just now, like being so able to come up to you authentically. This has been the journey. Up until now, this has been the journey to know my greatness and to also know my darkness, right? And to show up authentically. Hallelujah. So this is what we're going to talk about on in the continuous episodes. And what I want to say again is I believe that you can have what you really want. What you really want. We started with health. I believe we all want to be healthy. So I'm going to be sharing more about that. And of course, we all want to be in love. And I think that this is the trickiest, really the trickiest part. It has been for me, and I know that it has been for other people as well, especially other coaches, other spiritual teachers, other people who are in this field. Right? I believe that most of us, we go on this journey of self-discovery, and then we're so absorbed with ourselves, right? This can lead us to a hyper selfishness and hyper um, yeah, just being with ourselves. But I believe just like now, I believe, I know, right? I know even for the introverts, even for the highly sensitive people, and I know people like that around, right? I have clients like that, I have friends like that. And me personally, I would call myself an introvert. Like I like being at home and I like to read and I like to contemplate and I like to dive deep. But at the same time, I also love sharing, right? So I really don't like boxes. I believe all the boxes are good to identify a certain aspect of oneself, but then of course you can't always break out. I hope that that's clear. So what I want to focus on, and I think I'm going to be talking a lot about this, is about relationships, right? It's about relationships, the relationship to ourselves, first and foremost, number one thing, number one thing, number one thing. But then, of course, also about relationships to others, to family, to friends, to colleagues, to humanity, to other people, right? And then, of course, also to a partner, right? So I want to talk about that. And I want to come from a standpoint of I truly believe that it is only possible to have a really amazing, thriving relationship when both people are healed and self-aware. I don't believe that healed is a like a permanent, it's never fixed. It's not fixed and it's not definite. It continues, right? It always continues. But I believe that relationships only can really happen in a healthy, safe space. And I want to call this a safe space as well, right? You can see I also love to move. I love to move. This is also a modality. So if you work with me, you know that I will always move because this is how we move energy, right? We move energy by moving. So we're talking about relationships, being vulnerable enough to be seen, but also to be vulnerable enough to speak up, to say no, to say yes, and to actually find out who do you really like, or are you being with somebody because you are dependent, or because you are afraid, or because you think they will provide you with something, they will provide you with money, they will provide you with whatever you need. And again, I'm not judging nothing. Like I am here on social media as well, and I'm seeing so many things. And I mean, obviously, there are so many different things working for different people. If you if you want to do whatever you want to do, you do whatever you want to do, right? So, but I'm just going to share what has helped me, and I'm going to share it with you in order for you to have something that you can build upon if you want that, right? Okay, so health, relationships, and also what I love definitely is creative expression because I have been on this journey as well, and this is my purpose, right? It's so crazy because I've always known that I'm a speaker. I've always known it. I've always known that I'm a speaker, that I can be on stage, that I can talk, and that I can talk to people about the things that I know. I've always been that person, and I'm always going to be that person. So I hope I'm saying all of that, not only to speak about myself, but also for you to understand that most of the time, the thing that you are meant to do, you have done it probably for all your life because there is this false narrative about that life has to be so complex, right? So then we go all the way out to study something or to do something that is not really in alignment with who we are. That has been my experience. We make choices out of fear. That has been my experience. If you have chosen something that is for you already, like a path, a job, a career, I'm very happy and proud of you. But I haven't. So I had to build my self-esteem from the ground up in terms of this is me. I am a creative, right? I'm a creative, I'm a learner, I'm a teacher. I create, and that's me. That's what I love, right? As I told you, I used to dance, I used to act, I used to play theater and all of those things. This is really me, but I also know a little bit about business. So Yeah, I just want to tell you, like, if you really want to dive deep with me, there's so much more in my coaching programs, but let's keep it light here, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And this is a concept that I'm still mastering, but I truly believe that we live in an abundant universe. And that also means that you can, of course, make the kind of money that you want to make, right? You can make the kind of money that you really want to make. That means whatever it is that you have in mind, or really, really, really in mind, there is a way, especially today with social media and with all the channels that there are, you can make more money, right? There is no scarcity of money. You just have to plug into the money stream. And I want to go there with you. I want to talk about it. And I want to just let you know how I feel about it, right? So, again, this is not necessarily my level of expertise yet. I believe one of my integrity parts is that I speak about the things that I feel that I have mastered, right? And yeah, that's it. So health, relationships, and creative expression and business building, like really making your yeah, creating art and creating a business and creating something and then giving it to the world consistently. That's basically my expertise, and that's what I want to share with you. I hope this episode made sense, right? Up until here, because again, as I said, it's going to be my first video on this channel again. And I really want to come, yeah, come to you like somebody who we're getting to know each other. And my purpose, or my heart's desire, is to help you to be all of who you are. As I said, I'm very multifaceted, and everything that I'm going to share here is about spirituality, like deeply into spirituality. I've studied so much, and I've like done all of the things, like retreat and ayahuasca and mushrooms and breath work and what is it like other modalities, cacao ceremonies and yoga and different kinds of yoga and um akashic record readings and things like that. Like that's my style. I love it. I think it's important. Like for me, it was important on my journey. I'm going to share more about that with you as well. And at the same time, right now, like currently as we're speaking, I'm really about balance. I'm really about balance. So the spiritual world, I love it, fully love it. I'm fully aware of it. In my coaching programs, you will also learn more about whatever is going on in the spirit world. And at the same time, again, as I said, I know that I am an ambassador, right? I help people from this space to come more into that space, more into the material world, right? Into the business world, into making money, or into making things more tangible as well, right? We want to make things more tangible, bring it to the ground, but the same thing the other way around. So as I said, I study business, so that was too much. And it's not really my thing, right? So like it's not my passion to get too deep into the material stuff, but I know how necessary it is, right? And that's just what I want to tell or share with you. Like it's really about weaving and how to create the middle path, how to create, like how to actually create something. I believe actually the word creation, dream building, is the path of life. It is about having the vision and then stepping into it and then realizing how everything is coming up while you're on your path to realize your vision. And one thing again I want to say is that this is also my experience personally, is that if you don't commit, I don't know how you are, but me, I know I can get easily distracted. We live in a society and we live in a day and age, especially with social media, where there are so many things taking our attention, right? Like social media, and then, of course, the normal life, maybe your parents, your siblings, your children, your partner, whatever it is. Like so much attention is being taken from you. So it's very important to have this safe space for yourself, your safe container, and a commitment. And this is what my coaching programs offer. It's a commitment for you to stay tuned to your goal and to your vision and to continuously give yourself time to be in that process, right? And not to lose yourself, because then, and I say that with love, sometimes people will never reach or do whatever it is that is in their heart because they haven't committed, and because all of their life they just got pulled into every direction, but they've never built something from their soul. And I believe that this is the most rewarding work on this planet, is to dive in, to excavate everything. And excavation, like really getting rid of everything that is not true to you, like all the layers of programming, of cultural programming, what your parents have told you, what society has told you, what gender roles have told you, like all of that, to excavate it, to take it off, to take it off, to take it off, to come to this rare, beautiful, shiny diamond of clarity from your soul, because this is what we want to find. And I believe then this is what we want to share with the world. And this is what I'm here to help you with, right? And to stay on that track with all of the tools, again, as I said, that I have. And that's very important for me yeah, to just say that it's really about you, and it's really about the diamond that is in your heart that you want to get out. Okay. So what else? I think for today, I think maybe that's enough, because it was really about me introducing myself and letting you know who I am, where I come from, what my purpose is, what my intention is. And yeah, really to let you know that there is a way out. There's always a way out. There's always a way out. If you're struggling, whatever it is that you're struggling with, if you're overwhelmed, if you're stressed, if you are thinking, oh my God, I don't know, I can't get out of here, out of the relationship, out of the body, out of the job, out of the business, out of a situation, out of a mindset. If you're afraid that you will stay there forever, you won't. But let's be real, you have to change. You have to change, right? And again, as I said, if you would love to work with me, I'm here for it. I would love it. And at the same time, if it's not going to be me, you still have to do something. And I can just tell you how the smart ones do it, or the most successful people, right? And you're a smart one. Like, I just wanted to say that, right? I just want to tell you that it is about being honest enough to know that our human nature, especially in the beginning of the self-awareness, self-discovery journey, our our body, our mind will sabotage us, right? That's why it's so important to have a mentor, right? That's somebody who is doing what you would love to do. Somebody is showing up in a capacity that you would love to do, whether it be right health wise, whether it be in the way they speak, in the way they look, in the way they communicate authentically, or how emotionally aware they are, right? Get yourself a teacher, get yourself a mentor, get yourself a coach. I can definitely tell you that it's the most rewarding thing there is, because again, it's not about me, it's about you. And I truly, truly believe that, yeah, it is the best thing that you can do to rise up and to show yourself and to say, I want something more for my life. I want to live more. I want to be more, right? I want to be more. I want to experience more. I want to love more. I want to impact more. I believe that this is exactly why we're here. No pressure. Again, I'm saying that with as much groundedness as possible. It's not about doing the crazy big things. Like I got into this trap, right? It's like, wow, the fantasy, right? The big fantasy. I can't help but save the world. And I truly believe that I can, and I am, through this, right? That's it. I'm changing the world by being able to show up as my full self and to say, here I am powerful, I can help you. And this is my story. I want to let you know, like, this is me, this is where I come from, and I can help you, right? I'm here with love. And that's exactly what you can do too. And I truly believe that. So that's it for today. The next episode is really going to go deeper into what is actually, I really want to share that with you. What is actually going on this planet? Like, why is it so hard for us to find peace within and to actually really step out and be so honest and so vulnerable and to share our truth? And I can tell you, it is not easy, and it's definitely not your fault if you haven't done it before, right? Because I know how hard it is for me, or how hard it was for me too, until I got to this point right here today. And it will probably continue to be distracting, right? Temptation is everywhere, distraction is everywhere, but there's so much more to it. And yeah, I don't want to continue to babble around, but yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. We're going to continue to talk more about all of those things. I think today I didn't speak too much about emotional intelligence, but that's definitely also what we're going to talk about more. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to speak to you about all these things. And also, what I want to say is that I am currently working on my book, so stay tuned and watch out for my book. And it's going to be amazing. It's a beautiful guide also of the things that brought me here, and I just want to share it with you. So until then, I am sending you so much love, girlfriend. And I know, and I really mean it. And I know that so many people on social media are saying this, and I know many people also mean it, right? But it's sometimes hard to believe when you're still on the other side. There is love here. There is love here for you. And there are people here that are willing to love you, that are willing to support you, and that are here believing in you and rooting for you, because again, we're all under this beautiful sky, and we're all meant to grow into who we are capable of being. And if you're suffering, it doesn't have to stay that way. It is really about growth and personal empowerment. And I believe that you have something amazing to give as well. And I'm going to do my best to share more for you. And again, if you're really serious, dive into the Dream Builder program. Everything is in the description down below. And I would love to hear from you also in the comments. So comment down below if anything that I told you or said and shared resonated with you right now. I just shared a little bit about me, right? But maybe you want to know more about me, or maybe there's something that resonated with you and your story and where you are. So yeah, I would love to hear from you. So comment down below, or just show me some love. Like, it's always good to know that there are other people on the other side, because that's why we're doing it for, right? It's not only because I love doing monologues. I do like to share, but I really want to connect with you. So I would really, really appreciate you just sending a heart, or tell me a little bit more about you, or ask me a question. Okay. All right. So much love to you. Until then, bye-bye.